Gaffer, we're back at home again. Is it time to knuckle down now and get the results we want and need?
I think we've been knuckling down, to be honest, Callum. But yeah, we need to get the results that we want and need. The boys have worked really hard up to this point in the season. We haven't got out of it at some points what we deserve, and some points we haven't deserved to get anything out of it. So it's been a tough time. I'm not going to lie to you. It's been a tough few weeks for everybody. Obviously, because we're not used to situations like this. But I said after last week's game that it was time for everyone to have a reset. Staff, players, probably the supporters as well, and we've had that. I think we've had a really, really top week. Me personally, I've had an excellent week. I've managed to reset my brain and my thought process. Sometimes when you're caught in the football bubble and you're not in a good place on the pitch, it's hard for you to sometimes see that clarity. But I've had some really good chats this week with people that I value their opinion, and I've gone back to kind of my raw beliefs of how I see things, and I'm excited for tomorrow. I really am excited for tomorrow, and it's time we got rocking. You've said in previous weeks there's just a few tweaks that need to be made. Do you feel that we're not a million miles away from where we need to be? 100%, and I think I've said to a few people it would be much easier if our performances over the course of the season had been really bad and teams were dominating us, but that's not been the case, and that's made it even more frustrating. But I think we spoke a lot about it long enough now, and it's time for the players, it's time for the staff to really go out there and put a show on and show what we really are about as a team. And sometimes you need that rub of the green, but I'm a massive believer you earn that. I think we've done enough to earn a little bit more than we're getting, so we've just got to carry on doing what we're doing, try and cut out the sloppy individual errors that we're making, and we'll move fast. You said we've had a good week of training. Have you seen from the players what you wanted to see at the start of the week? Yeah, this group of players always gives me that encouragement daily, because one, they're a good group of human beings, which you need. Two, but we've got some real quality in there. I think when you do go through a spell like this where you're not winning games, they're human beings at the end of the day, so it will affect part of their mentality, it will affect part of their confidence and belief if they allow it, and if we allow it as staff. But the biggest thing for them guys and for us as a team and a club is to believe how good we can be, and when we do what we do to the maximum, we'll compete with anybody in this league. I've no doubts about that. So it's been a really good week from the boys. They've been on it. Intensity's been really good. Mood's really good, which is important. And they're looking forward to getting out there. Just touching on Tuesday night, you was obviously there watching. What did you take from that game overall? It's a tricky one, isn't it? Because you want to win every game you're playing. And I would never look at a competition that it wasn't valid. But for us on Tuesday, as a club, we're going through a process where we want to develop more young players. And on Tuesday, we wanted to get a big chunk of them game time in man's football, because it's important for their development. And at the same time, we needed to get minutes in a few of our guys' legs that have not had as much as we would have liked them to. So I got out of it what I needed to get out of it in terms of the boys getting minutes, the young guys getting experience. We would have liked to have won the game, but it became a little bit disjointed when we made the subs and took certain people off. But no, it was a good runner. And a big part of that was obviously Joe Rowley getting 90 minutes on Tuesday, who was a key player towards the end of last season. I suppose it's good to see him back out there. Yeah, it's a tricky one with Joe. He's not had a pre-season. He's been out for a long time. That was his first 90 minutes since last season, so it's a hell of a long time. So Joe needs to play football. Joe needs minutes, because obviously the boys that are playing are at a certain level of fitness and sharpness. But it was good to see him back out there, and we got some good minutes as well into some of the boys. Eastleigh tomorrow. They had a heavy defeat last week. Does that matter at all? I don't think so. I think every game, I'm learning very quickly, every game in this league you have to take on its merit, and you have to deal with every game by game. We've had a lot of performances that I've looked at and gone, how have we not won that game? We've had a lot of opponents where I've thought we're going to dominate in certain areas, and different things happen. So we will prepare for Eastleigh how we prepare for everybody else. I feel like we're going into it with our confidence building back. And we've got to show that tomorrow. We've got to go and express ourselves. We've got to play with our freedom. We've got to play with our belief, our energy. And and we'll give them a good game.
You talk about that confidence there. Do you think it's a case of if we get one win, we'll just progress up the league a little bit?
Yeah, and it's easy to say, isn't it, Cal? But I honestly do believe, and I get the feeling the players believe that we're just waiting for that little turn, and when it does come, I think we'll see a massive jump in everything. What we've got to do is make sure that we force that little turn over the line, because that's the main focus at the minute.